Well, hello, Ricky. Thank you for joining me this morning. Thank you for agreeing to take part in our Thursday's Thought for Today. Ricky, we met you, I think, at the start of the year when you very kindly agreed to come to launch our new men's ministry in the village of Dundonald at the Ockens Bar and Restaurant, which we called A Pie, a Pint and a Parable. I had heard a lot about you and the work of Christian Vision for Men, so we thought you would be a great person to launch this ministry. Do you want to just tell folks today, Ricky, a wee bit about yourself and the work of CVM?
Yeah, obviously about myself. I'm a guy that stays near Aberdeen in Aberdeenshire in a place called Afford. I'm a father of five, 4 girls and a boy. So it's strange why I do men's ministry. I have 4 daughters as well, but who I work for is Christian Vision for Men, and you break it up. We're Christians, we have a vision, and it's to reach out to the men. That's our goal set. We're evangelists, and we target a male audience, and that's why I love doing the pie, a pint, and a parable. I thought it was a fantastic idea, and I so loved the hospitality of Dundonald as well. It's a fantastic place.
Oh, we just loved having you come with us. And Ricky, obviously I wasn't there because I'm not a man, but I heard a lot of good things about the evening. Now, the reason why we wanted to just make it a ministry for men was my heart is really for folks that struggle with their mental well-being. And I'm also aware that young men struggle with their mental well-being, and we really wanted to create a safe space and environment for men to feel that they could come together for fellowship and just to discuss different topics and also bring in the Christian faith. So we weren't deliberately excluding women, it was just being sensitive that sometimes men find it quite difficult to get together and talk openly. Now, you shared at A Pie, a Pint and a Parable, Ricky, that in the past that you have struggled with your mental health. Would you be able to share a little bit about that for us today?
Yeah, it's a word that's come to us, mental health. We never spoke about it before or recognised we had this kind of, I don't know what you would call it, issue amongst men as such, but I grew up in a highly testosterone house, in Orkney, and moved to Aberdeen, and my mum is the only female in the house. It's the opposite for me nearly now, but when I grew up my dad was a typical you'd say Aberdonian, a northeast man. He's a hard-working guy, but he couldn't really speak about things in depth. He could speak about, like a lot of guys can, sport and all that stuff, and cars and whatever, but I think it was the loss of my mum. When I was 23, that was a major effect, because at that time I wasn't a guy of faith then, and I was working in a good job. I just got a flat, but I was drinking a lot, and just when I lost my mum, there was nowhere to turn to, and my dad was broken as well, and we were 2 broken guys, and my brother, we couldn't really speak about it, and I just turned to what I thought was my default, was drink, and I couldn't express myself, and that was so hard at the time, because in that period as well, I obviously tried to take my own life, which was, a thing I've kind of kept to myself as well. But I think guys are speaking about things, and I think for men, you always talk about the wins in life. You don't talk about the losses, and that was my biggest loss, because she wasn't just my mum. She was my best friend as well. I could speak to her about anything, and when you lose that as a bloke, it's tough. Yeah. It's really tough. You can't. I think it's hard. We have to express ourselves, and some men just can't seem to do it.
And I think why mental health has come into my awareness more in this period of lockdown is, obviously it was Mental Health Awareness Week a couple of weeks ago, but it shouldn't just be something we think about for a week. And I'm really concerned that this lockdown period, where people are socially isolated, people are lonely, people are not as connected with folks, especially folks that are shielded and on their own. A lot of people are struggling with their mental health right now, and I think we need to be open in talking about it to help one another. What particular advice would you give, Ricky, to somebody who would be struggling with their mental health right now?
Well, I think you as I say, you hit me on the head. I think, we spoke before we came on here about how is life, and I think I've got a big family, and that's my connection. If I have not so good day or a down day, they can lift my spirits. But when you're on your own, it's so tough. And I think this is good, but a lot of us, I'll be honest and say, we get Zoom fatigue sometimes. But I think you've got to stay connected. And I know, as you know, your role as a minister, that you've got a kind of probably a leadership or congregation that you target different people to make sure that they're okay. And I think, you know, if you go to the phone, pick up the phone, and, you know, for us as Christians, we pray a lot on who to speak to. And I think you've got to feel valued and be part of something. So I think that's the word, is you feel valued and you're part of something, and you realise you're not on your own. Because when you're on your own, your mind tends to wander. So my tip for that is be part of something and just reach out.
I know, and I think what's some of the good things that have come out of this period of lockdown and is that folks are realising that they have neighbours. And, you know, the positivity that has come out of this period is the kindness that is being displayed more to each other. People are, you know, we live in a village that is very connected, and people are very supportive of one another normally. But I think in larger cities and towns, people are becoming more aware of their neighbour, and, you know, being aware of the person that lives on their own, that maybe they would like a wee card of encouragement through the door, or a phone call, or handed in a meal. You know, it's little simple things like that. As a church, we've been giving away bags of joy, which is just bags filled with goodies, Ricky, and a nice card with a Christian message and a prayer in it. So it's just a simple thing, and we've been giving them away to people that we've heard about that might benefit from this wee bag. And, you know, the response of folks from getting this wee bag has been amazing. You know, folks have just suddenly realised that they're not forgotten about. They do matter. People do care. And I think showing people Christian love and kindness right now just goes a long way, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Because, you know, if we're looking at the news all the time and we're hearing about a virus as such, and we're hearing about division with different colours of skin and race, and it is affecting people. And I think, like you said, if you can show even a little bit of kindness, just doing something with somebody else, I think, rather than think of yourself, sometimes you're reaching out like Jesus did in his walk, his community, was just reaching out, and the small things. And you know what, this might make you laugh, and but I had a dream a few weeks ago, and it was about a bottle of beer. Typical bloke, used to say, and this lady I knew said she's similar things. She said, "Richard, I had a dream about you handing out beer to the guys in the village," and that's what I did. I bought some beer, and I prayed. I went around different houses and knocked on the door, and just said to the guy, "Look, I'm thinking about you. Have a beer on me." And you know what, guys, I said, "That's very kind of you. Why are you doing this?" And it's just little things that make a difference, and people don't forget that. You're just trying to make a small difference. And you know yourself, we try to sometimes analyze life, but every day phone somebody, one person, every day, like you say, give a card to someone, every day, just make a difference one by one. That's the difference you can do.
It's the ripple effect, isn't it, with kindness?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
So Ricky, just to end our wee time together, and I'm really enjoying it. We have to have you back up to a pint and a parable once we're back in the pub and back in the Auckins. It'll be wonderful for the folks of the village to see you again. So in this lockdown period, how have you been keeping physically, mentally and spiritually well?
That's good you say that, because obviously last year I actually qualified as a personal trainer, and I've not been able to utilise that as the way life goes, but I'm doing a couple tomorrow night outside, and I think, you know, everybody's different. I love the sport. That's how I kind of get my out, as they call it. We need an out in life. That's my out. But I think physically fit. We've got a dog, so a dog's great. She's never been walked so much in her life. I think she's actually knackered. She doesn't know what to go out half the time now. But I think if you do something physical every day, whether it's a walk, a cycle, depends how fit you are as well. I think it's so important to get into routine. You know, mentally, it's the same thing. What are you doing mentally? Are you on the screens too much? I think get off the screens, do a crossword, do something different, Sudoku or whatever, get the brain functioning, like your physical, get the muscle going. And I'll go spiritually as well, that when you've got faith, you have to be active in it. You have to activate that muscle of faith as well. And I think, like you shared as well, just giving out to somebody, just doing something for something else makes you feel so much better. So I think if you're doing something for something else, that benefits you so much. That's how I've been working every day, little bits at a time.
Little bits at a time. Oh, Ricky, it's been wonderful talking with you. And do stay in touch with us. And please do visit Dundonald. We felt very blessed that you were willing to drive all the way from Aberdeen to be with us at the start of the year. So we invite you back when you can come.
No, you know what, Lindsay, I was really honoured to come. I know it's a long way to go, and but I love being there. And I think for Christian Vision for Men, we want to be used more in that aspect, because when you're trying to reach out all the time and be evangelists, it's tough. Sometimes you just want to be asked to do something. So thank you so much for inviting me, and I'm privileged to stay at your house. You've got a great family, and thank you for this time together. And we've done it in a winner, haven't we?
We've done it in a winner, Ricky. We were prepared to do about 4 or 5 takes there. So thank you so much for being with us, and we'll see you very soon. Bye for now.
Thank you. Bye.